All right. Hey, everybody. This is Jordie. I am honored to have with me a good friend of mine who I met a few years back. His name is Mike Pelkey, former Air Force veteran living in Connecticut. And Mike and I crossed paths, I don't know if it was 2 years or 3 years ago, but I was just very impressed with Mike. He's one of the guys who just does everything right. A lot of professionalism, just knows how to go about his job search in the right way, and just a pleasure to deal with. And I wanted to get him on. He was kind enough to spend a few minutes with me tonight and just share some of his favorite tips, techniques, and hopefully you guys can learn from those. So before we jump into those, Mike, give everyone just a quick rundown of your military experience.
Well, as Jordie said, I started in the Air Force. I was an aircraft mechanic, crew chief on F-16s. Left after 4 years. Wish I would have stayed in for 20. I'd be retired by now. I really enjoyed my time there. It was a good experience for a young person like me. I came from a family that wasn't wealthy at all, so it was either go to college or go to the military. The military paid for college. That was the obvious choice for me. I did, and I had a great experience, and I felt at the time that it was time to move on, but wish I'd have stayed in.
That's good, though. I'm sure you had nothing but a lot of good experiences from that. So now you work, Mike works at a huge insurance carrier, Anthem, Empire Blue Cross. I don't know if I got the name of that right, but it's who I actually get my insurance from. And you're working now, you're working as an analyst, right?
That's right. I'm working as a grievance and appeals analyst, yes.
Cool. So what are some of your favorite tips or suggestions or techniques that you would recommend to other military vets entering the workforce for the first time? What are some of the things that they should be aware of?
Well, the first thing is you want to look at a high level and work your way down. So the first thing for me that I want to learn is I want to take the industry that I'm looking to get into, and I want to learn some of the buzzwords. I think that should really be your first internet search is what are some of the keywords that I want to put in this search in order to find the jobs that I want to work at. So that's the first thing I would do is just look for those keywords, those buzzwords, and then work from a high level to a lower level, fine-tuning your search from that point.
And you say the buzzwords, just people might be unfamiliar. I assume you're talking about in your resume, because these resumes aren't being read by people for the most part when you go to big parties. So explain how that works.
Well, if I want to work in customer service, for example, I'll use customer service, but I'll also use customer relations, you want to learn those different titles, and you want to learn some of the acronyms associated with those titles, CSR or CRM, customer relations management, or whatever the case might be. You just want to learn some of those things because that's kind of what your searches are going to pull up.
And to put them in the resume, because you never know. I know a lot of hiring managers and recruiters use searches on sites like LinkedIn or Monster or Indeed, and you might punch, and when I'm looking for someone, I might punch in customer service rep, and if you don't have those words on your resume, you're not going to come up in that search.
I would try to use, of course, in your resume, of course, you want to use, like in our example, customer relation or customer service representative, but I would try to put somewhere in that resume to where you have CSR or you have, those acronyms, because like you said, when you do a search, you might look for CSR and it may not be on the title, but it's somewhere in the document. So maybe that will help a little bit.
One thing I always appreciated about you, Mike, is whenever I called you, whenever I emailed you, you got right back to me. Like, it was never me chasing you. Like, hey, Mike, I got an opportunity for you. You always were responsive. Explain why that's how you go about yourself. What's the advantage to you with doing that?
Oh, Jordie, if you want a job, that phone or whatever source of contact you have, you're glued to it. If somebody's calling me for an interview and I don't get back to them for 2 days, do you really think I stand a chance of getting hired? Not at all. When somebody calls you, you want to call them right back like like with a quickness.
Right. It's sort of like, what else are you doing? Like, what is more important for you right now? And from my standpoint, when I don't hear from people, I'm like, they could care less about this. But
I mean, do you want a job or do you? I don't have nothing else to do. Let me just get a job. I mean,
yeah. No, that's that you can't say that stuff enough to people in their job search, man. Be responsive, be quick, be professional. And you always, every email I got from you, it was always grammatically correct. Like it was spelled out, it was punctuated correctly. The capitalization was there. You weren't writing in acronyms,
right. Well, my message represents me, and I want everything that represents me to be my best foot forward, basically.
Right. It's great. I'm a huge believer of that stuff. Let's talk now to interviewing skills. What are some of the things that you feel served you well when you go out and show up on interviews? Everything from, what you wear to the interview to how you answer questions, to how you ask questions. What are some of your favorite suggestions?
Well, and earlier I used the customer service example because I've done customer service probably for about 20 to 22 or 23 years. So that's where the bulk of my work experience in my adult life has been. That being said, I always learned that if you dress for the job that you want, not the job that you have. All right. So when I go on new interviews, I mean, we kind of use this quote in the South: "Dressing your Sunday best." Suit and tie does wonders.
You never get in trouble for overdressing. No one will ever say, "Wow, you look too nice for this interview."
Right. I wouldn't say wear a tux, but a suit and tie will do you wonders. First and foremost, research your company. Come with questions. If you don't have questions, you're not getting hired. That's just the way it is.
That's great. Yeah, a lot of people they don't pay attention to that. That research stuff. They'll show up in an interview and they'll say, "Oh, what do you guys do here? Tell me about it." And it's so easy now to do research. I mean, take half hour before you show up,
And before I moved to Connecticut, I owned and operated a cleaning company in Texas, and I did the hiring. And if somebody didn't research my company, or they just came in and why do you want to work here? Because you're hiring, get out. Just because you're wasting my time, But basically, I'm probably going to end up firing you a month later, because you're not doing the job.
Yeah.
You just want a paycheck, and we don't give out free money here.
Yeah. No, that's good. That research, man, that's an awesome one. It's so easy to do. It's not, everything's out there on the internet. Everything's at your fingertips, man. Right. Just go crazy researching.
I mean, when I got out of the Air Force in '96, there wasn't all of this technical,
right?
All these technical resources now that there is, I mean, everything was still on card and paper, and
yeah. It was harder. There, you really had to hustle to do real research.
You did have to hustle, Now everything's at your fingertips. Even the phone that you carry, you can do well on a laptop, what you can do on the phone, or vice versa.
No, there's no excuse for showing up unprepared or for saying, "Oh, I didn't have time," or "Oh, I was hoping you guys would tell me about it." None. It just shows a lack of interest. You have to want that opportunity, impress them how much you know about their company. It's just so easy. So easy to do. Yeah. That's good. Anything else you want to add? Any other tidbits?
Use multiple sites. Don't limit yourself to just one site. Don't be lazy. Don't go to just what's that? Not LinkedIn, but there's one that I'm searching for.
Monster, Indeed, or
Indeed. Don't just go to Indeed. Go to ZipRecruiter is a real good one.
Up and coming, yeah. Great.
I mean, it's a real good one, and one-click apply, done. I mean, it's fast and it's good. A lot of.
And LinkedIn, you're active on LinkedIn, which is so important too. So many people don't have LinkedIn pages. I ask them, what's your LinkedIn address? Oh, I don't use that. You can't. That's no excuse today in business.
And that's an X in an interviewer's book too. If you're a dinosaur, you're not online. Out you go, because You know,
Right.
you have to be connected.
And not just to have a LinkedIn page. You have a LinkedIn page, but every time I'm in my feed, I always see you commenting on stuff, and that's awesome because you never know who's watching that. You never know.
And that's my whole professional philosophy is I truly never stop looking for the next or a better opportunity. One of the reasons I'm on LinkedIn is I mean, you never know who's going to be on there looking for that one person that,
Right.
hey, I like Mike Pelkey. I like what I see.
Right.
Let me reach out to him.
Got to be in it to win it.
That's right.
No,
You got to be in it to win it.
I'm all for it. Hey, Mike, would it be okay if I include your email address or LinkedIn address? So if anyone does want to reach out to you directly for any other advice or suggestions, would that be all right if any other vets?
Absolutely. Anything I can do to help.
That's awesome. Well, hey, thank you so much. This was incredible, and I appreciate you, paying it forward here and helping the guys, the men and women behind you who have served our country. It means a lot to me, and I'm sure to them as well. So thank you, Mike.
It's an honor to help.